For that perfect crypto gift this holiday, or even a read for yourself, if you're into a good Scroogey story surrounding Bitcoin this Christmas season, this one might be for you. The Scrooge of Bitcoin is a humorous send-up on the original Scrooge story, but involving a sinister banker who wants to destroy the cryptocurrency. The story is available on Amazon as a Kindle download. A link is available in the description below, so pour yourself an eggnog and enjoy this crypto Christmas tale. Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is December 19th, 2019. Shout out to my man, the Tech Geek out there on YouTube for the song request today. Travis Scott, Highest in the Room. I love this Travis Scott joint right here, man. I don't really listen to Travis Scott. I don't know why I don't. Like, I like his music, but I just don't, man. I don't know. I'm getting old. But thanks again for the song request. We're going to rock out to this for today. Welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be looking at something that I found out of AMB Crypto. Looks interesting to me. Bitmain may be affected if Bitcoin's price falls post-halving. I thought this was an interesting headline, and I wanted to take a look at it. Also, out of Trust Nodes, now this may be a shocker to some. Didn't think this was going to happen. Bitcoin now has thousands more nodes than Ethereum. Wow. You guys got to start taking note of this change, and it's a slow change, but Ethereum is not doing well in my opinion. You know, I saw someone talking about it was FUD that I was spreading yesterday about Ethereum. No, these are facts, bro. It's not FUD. These are facts, and I'm just trying to keep you guys updated on the changes in the climate. Lastly, something out of CoinDesk I thought was interesting. It's an op-ed, and it's talking about decentralization and how it can end privacy crisis in 2020. You know, I talked about that this morning actually on my 2 cents video regarding privacy and, you know, governments shutting down mobile networks that happen over in China. You've got facial recognition, and now even Facebook is trying to get into the whole privacy realm and giving pushback to the government on giving them backdoor access to WhatsApp and other services. They're saying, no, we're not going to be able to do that for you. We'll see how that turns out. But it's just interesting seeing this this trend of more and more governmental intervention when it comes to our privacy. And, you know, this article talks about basically how decentralization or blockchain can either make or break us when it comes to this. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. This episode is brought to you by Prime XBT, a leverage trading platform for Bitcoin, Ethereum, a host of cryptocurrencies. But not only that, this is the great thing about Prime XBT. You can also trade FX. Yes, I'm just waiting to be able to sync my account to their API, because I'm going to definitely start trading my FX pairs over there on Prime XBT. And I'm also going to test out their cryptocurrency platform as well. They have 100x leverage on crypto. You can go long and short, no KYC. And one neat stat that I know about them is, as of last month, 67% of their traders are profitable, which is pretty darn high. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these exchanges make money not because the traders are not good traders. They're not. You know, many traders and most traders are not, but they exponentially make that issue a reality because of the trickery they do on their end, meaning the exchanges. So check out Prime XBT when you have a chance. I got a link in the description below, and you can actually save, and you actually can make some money signing up with that link. So check it out. No cost to you. Just use that link. Let's take a look at the heat map. We've got Bitcoin up 3.1% today to $7,147, back above 7,000. Ethereum, though, however, is down 2.3% to $128. EOS is up crazy 6.6% today, and we got XRP slightly down 0.75% to 18 cents, almost 19 cents at this point. Litecoin is up slightly, up 0.8% to $40.12. Binance Token up 2.5% to $13.47. But it looks like EOS is the winner today. It's actually kind of surprising. Normally it going the direction of the market, but it's standing out today. If we take a look at the this is crazy, people. Look at this chart. What did I tell you? We would run into resistance here at 7,400, and guess what? We just about did it right there. And so I'm still looking for us to try this area again, if and only if the bulls are in control of this move up. If the bulls can't sustain and continually bring in more bulls, then we won't be able to get above the 7,400. And matter of fact, we won't even be able to get above this trend line that I have, because really where we bounced off of was closer to the trend line, the downward trend line, instead of this resistance area at 7,400. So I don't have much to say today regarding where we're going. Kind of in the middle. We're in that channel, and we'll have to see. But just keep an eye out on this trend line here. If you draw it on your chart, draw it, copy it like this, and you'll be able to track, you know, where the next resistance areas will lie on the chart for Bitcoin versus US dollar, at least from Coinbase. Should be fairly close for the other major exchanges as well. BitMEX algo, we are still long. Did take some profits a few hours ago, but we are still long in this position. I got in around 6,800, 6,850 to be exact. So let's see if we can make a move higher here. But a good sequence of trades the last few days though for our Bitcoin and Ethereum algo. We're also still long on Ethereum too, just FYI. This op-ed out of CoinDesk, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I do want to just highlight a few important points in this op-ed I thought were pretty neat. The author says, at first, the relationship between privacy, decentralization, and digital currencies may be unclear, but as you will see, these ideas are deeply linked in relation to our current global economic model of surveillance capitalism. We are standing at a critical tipping point in human history, and blockchains and decentralized networks will have a critical role to play in the near future. If we don't tread cautiously, we will fall into the abyss. And so he says this is why we face an existential crisis, not just because Cambridge Analytica knows your favorite television show, but because of a lack of substantial regulatory and a paucity of caution from corporations have created all manners of critical vulnerabilities that now threaten the stability of our world. And once you understand the surveillance economy and its insatiable demand for more data and control, it is very difficult to unsee it. Through this lens, we can see how many developments in 2019 are more terrifying than they might otherwise appear. So on the surface, Libra may seem like a positive development for blockchain and digital currencies. And I've said from the beginning, people, this was a bad move. And, you know, a lot of people I saw in the crypto game were saying this was a good move. And I'm like, you clearly, and no offense, please, no offense, but I have to voice my opinion. If you thought that Libra was a good thing for blockchain, then you totally miss what blockchain in a decentralized fashion was supposed to be rolled out for. This is not to have a central corporate entity roll out some blockchain that everyone adopts, and then you think that's going to make people want Bitcoin. Not really. There's a very thin line there, because you have to understand, most people, just be honest, most people out there do not know as much as you do about monetary policy, you know, the Federal Reserve and all that stuff that many of you know about. You fail to realize that Uncle Ray Ray, Auntie Vonnie, your mom, they don't understand the state of our existence and how, you know, central banks control our lives, you know, through inflation. And I mean, we can go on and on. We know it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but most people don't understand this. Okay. And so seeing a Libra coin be issued, or even some of the central bank coins that are coming, these are threats to liberty. Okay. And we have to keep that in mind when we see these headlines and you know, people get excited about this stuff. This is not something to be excited. This is actually a war between liberty and the police state, and being suppressed and being controlled and being surveilled. And he goes on to say, but looking at what Libra means for the privacy crisis, we do not see a solution. Instead, we see an existential threat to user privacy and an example of Facebook's well-documented anti-competitive behavior that would perpetuate and extend their role in the surveillance economy. And then he touches on a really critical point here. He says, let's return to the moment in 2008 where the financial crisis occurred. And again, this was caused by the creation of single points of failure within the global economy. Bitcoin was originally proposed by Satoshi Nakamoto in reaction to this crisis, a decentralized solution to a problem caused by over-centralization. His or her vision was to use decentralized technologies to create a more sustainable and secure financial system, one that worked better for the individuals transacting within it, not just over leveraged institutions. Bitcoin was not a solution searching for a problem. It was deliberately designed, and we can't forget that, people. And I just want I'm going to leave this for you guys to read. Thought it was pretty interesting. He brought up a lot of good points, and We definitely need to get back to this ethos, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been in cryptos, it'll be now 7 years soon, and I'm very disappointed where we are in blockchain and in cryptos. It's a whole bunch of selling out, and we're far from what was like the op-ed talked about. We're far from what the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto, and I'm not talking about from a technical standpoint, I'm talking about more so from an ethos standpoint. We're far from where we started and where we intended to go, I think. So I'm just trying to do my part in helping people understand that, newbies and those that have been in cryptos for a while. For a reminder, we kind of get lost in the sauce sometimes, and I actually have a guest coming on at the end of this month, legendary in the crypto game, so you guys should be very pleased to see this person on the channel, and we're going to talk about this very point and get his feedback on that. Let's take a look at what's going on with Bitmain and this prediction that they may be in trouble if the price of Bitcoin falls after the halving. Says that crypto mining equipment manufacturer firm Bitmain has been all over the news following this controversial change in its management. It made headlines after the co-founder Jihan Wu took over as CEO, and the price of Bitcoin seems to be contradicting the industry's expectations of a price shooting up months before and after the halving. While the block rewards for Bitcoin miners would be cut by half after the halving, the price should have ideally surged. However, since that didn't happen, it put a lot of miners in a frenzy. While several miners were looking forward to selling more hardware machines, Bitcoin's price did not support the same, and it was further pointed out that if the King of Coins price doesn't increase next year, mining giants like Bitmain and Canaan would probably be in trouble. So this person said that we are very worried that a lot of miners will probably shut down operations if the price does not increase. Since taking over the company, Wu has put forth a huge bet that the price of Bitcoin will soar. Apart from this, Wu seems to be going all in on Bitcoin mining with the IPO filing. However, this raises the question of Bitmain's position if the price plummets further. Commenting on the same, Ong suggested that the platform will be deeply affected despite the price of the coin dropping. Ong revealed that there has been a lot of interest among miners to purchase mining machines. Therefore, mining companies have to be bullish in order to sell these machines, he said. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no sure thing in life or in any market. So when we get that confident, I even am saying that I think we're gonna see a 50%. I'm not as wild and crazy and irrational as some of these predictions out here. And it's funny because the market continually listens to these people with these wild, outlandish predictions that never come to pass. But yet, every time they open their mouths, you got these crypto publishing websites talking about them. But anyway, I've said that I think we'll see a 50% increase just following the trend that we've seen from previous halvings. The impact on price, if you just look at the previous halvings, impact on price has been less and less. So that's why I'm thinking that maybe by January, from that price on, we'll start to see a 50% increase or rise into the halving. And I think, I don't know what happens from then, but that's without any external shocks, right, to the system. Anything, let's say the Fed, the repo market blows up. That's an additional variable to the equation. I can't, and no one can predict that. But if you're just solely going on mining, halving, then I think 50% increase is where we'll be. But that's no guarantee. Just because we've seen a trend in the past does not mean the future will reflect that. And even we have to keep that in mind. It could go lower. We could see the price not reach past 10,000. What then? And so the market many times will catch people who over leverage. At some point, you're going to get caught with your pants down. And what will happen then? I don't know. I mean, I think things will continue to go on. And honestly, might be a good thing that we see a Bitmain go down. That way we can spread that mining concentration, spread that out a little bit more. So, markets tend to have its way in doing things to bring equilibrium back. So, hey, it may be a good thing. Last article, this was crazy when I saw this. Bitcoin has thousands of more nodes than Ethereum now. since Ethereum nodes have been falling and falling, down by circa 1,500 since the December hard fork and down by 3,000 since the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, we reported Bitcoin nodes had just about overtaken ETH, with Bitcoin having 10,266 nodes at the time, while the highest number for ETH was around 10,078. The node numbers for Bitcoin have remained roughly the same, now around 9,500, with ETH nodes, however, seeing a considerable drop, falling from 6,500 before recovering, but have plunged yet again after the fork, now at 7,000. So we've got a huge gap going, 3,000 node gap when we're talking about comparing Bitcoin and Ethereum. Man, you know, the numbers don't lie. You got one of the OG UK crypto exchanges saying they're done with Ethereum. Transactions have dropped. There's not, you know, on the network. So, you know, people call it FUD. No, these are facts. These are facts. These are numbers. It's not opinion based. Okay. One reason for the fall in nodes may be due to less interest because of the falling price, but it might also be because Ethereum cuts off some nodes even for maintenance upgrades. An article goes on to talk about the nodes, saying that both kind of have the same spread geographically, but Germany is rising as a hotspot for Bitcoin nodes, presumably because of the undergrounder coders seen there. Finally, although Bitcoin's market cap is significantly bigger than Ethereum's, the node numbers don't have the difference of the same magnitude. Yet generally there is some correlation between price / adoption and number of nodes. So what are your thoughts? Give me your 2 Satoshis on this. Is this a bullish sign, a bearish sign for Ethereum? You let me know. I'm just presenting the facts, and facts are, to me, not looking good. Looks like a dying network, but hey, I'll leave that up for you to debate in the comments below. Make sure you do that, and make sure you like and subscribe. And I gotta give a shout out again to my man, the Tech Geek, out there on YouTube for the song request, Travis Scott. I gotta put this in the rotation in my playlist, highest in the room. Again, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you found this video informative, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out here, people. Holla.